Good morning. Welcome to St. Mary's Episcopal Church in Dade City, Florida. Even though we've been going through this horrible pandemic with the coronavirus, it's given us an opportunity at St. Mary's to do a lot of much needed work here. Primarily in this building, the Parish Hall. I thought I'd take just a few moments to give you a brief overview of that for those of you who have not been able to come here in person, or those of you that are watching from other states and distant places to see some of the work that we have done. A lot of people have put a lot of time and effort into making this Parish Hall a beautiful, welcoming place for all those that we plan on having coming back to join us once we're able to really meet again as a faith community. So come along for the ride. We're going to take a real quick, brief tour of Freeman Hall before we start the service. And I'll let you kind of show you this entry area. And the entry area, we've changed completely. We now have kind of a foyer that you walk into when you come into Freeman Hall. And just some highlights of this that you'll notice. First of all, we have these lovely kneelers that were some of the original kneelers of St. Mary's that we were lucky to rescue. Our dear friend Ann Johnson kept these for us, and we were lucky to rescue those from her estate sale this past summer. And Paige Wolfenden, one of our parishioners, expertly pulled those over and put them in frames for us to make them look nice for us. We also tried to incorporate some of the history of St. Mary's in our design, so we have a little history with the beauty. And you'll notice in this cabinet we have some of the collection plates, vases for flowers, votive lights, many things that have been used at St. Mary's in the past that speak to our future. And especially we have over here under glass these two chalices, some of the original patens and chalices that were used here at St. Mary's. And to illuminate all of this, we of course have a beautiful chandelier now that gives a little soft light instead of the harsh fluorescent light that we used to have in this space. We've also incorporated so that newcomers to the church don't have to be immediately thrown into a sea of parishioners, kind of a soft, warm, welcoming place for them to come and sit down, talk with members of the congregation in these beautiful Marian blue chairs that we've now got in our parish hall. It's a kind of a soft area for us to sit and chat with newcomers, kind of welcome them into our space. And so we're very lucky to have this, and you notice it's very colorful. We have a picture of our beloved bishop, Bishop Smith, on the wall. And so this is just a nice landing area for people coming into Freeman Hall when they first come out of the church if they've never been here before. Now, I do want to direct your attention also upwards for a moment. You will notice that we've done a lot of work, particularly on the ceiling. The entire ceiling has been repainted white, as have all of the cross beams on the ceiling. And so that gives us a more open, a brighter feel. And you'll notice as you look around the parish hall, the bright colors. We've gone to a light cream color with white shears on the windows. It lets a lot of light in. You notice the tables set up. We have the round table set up now to welcome new people in. So notice how much bigger the space looks now that we've not only improved the color of it, but improved the layout of many of the things. So we hope when you do get a chance to come that you will join us here at St. Mary's and come give a little tour yourself of Freeman Hall and see what we have here. But now for some other things, we're going to head to the kitchen for just a moment, and we'll go through our parishioner tables here to do that. And we wanted to not just do the parish hall, but to do the kitchen as well. And so just as we painted the parish hall out here, we used the same color within the kitchen. And we've done some work in the kitchen, and I'll tell you, a lot of people came and spent a lot of time and effort cleaning out these cabinets, painting these walls, doing a lot of work to really make our kitchen beautiful. You'll notice too, the popcorn ceiling is gone. We have a new textured ceiling in the kitchen. Looks beautiful now. We've also changed, remember the formica we used to have out here on the front of our bar? It's now a beautiful beadboard colored the same color as the walls, all with white trim. And so we really have this now. Our kitchen is a much more attractive area. It's a much more welcoming area for those who come in. And of course, while we've made a few changes, we've really kept a lot of things the same. You'll notice particularly over here, we still have our setup for overflow And for those who maybe have fussy kids and want to come into a more quiet place, we have the overflow. We have a new TV setup where you can watch the service on TV with the sound if you can't be in the main sanctuary. So it's just like being there, only a few feet away. So we're glad to have that, and that is part of the overflow also of our coronavirus restrictions for spacing and for social distancing. This allows us to have more people as part of the service by using this space and expanding this space. One of the really knockout things that we've done with this whole improvement, though, has been the chapel. And so I'd like to bring you over to the chapel real quick. But first, you notice this is called Freeman Hall, and we have on the wall over here, we've maintained our picture of Henry Freeman, who this hall was named after, a longtime parishioner of St. Mary's. And he did so much for this church, and when this building was first built, it was named in commemoration of him. And so we're so glad that we've been able to keep Mr. Freeman very much in view for us here in Freeman Hall. But this is our chapel, and notice we've really made it look a lot more chapel-like. It used to be kind of a multi-purpose building, but now it looks pretty much permanently like a chapel. You'll notice we have a lovely stained glass applique on our window here that really gives it kind of a holy feel, a very sacramental feel as you come in here. We've used some great pieces of furniture that have had a history here at St. Mary's, and also reincorporated the Virgin Mary, St. Mary, into some of our artwork in the chapel, as this is the chapel of St. Mary's Episcopal Church. We have kept our woodwork frame behind the altar for the cross, and that's a beautiful piece, and have continued to use this chapel table. So this chapel is used for our Eucharist, for men's Eucharist on Thursday mornings, and women's Eucharist after Bible study on Thursday afternoons, when we can all get together and do that again. So we invite you to come and explore and join this space with us and be here with us. One of the other reasons in doing this little film, besides showing you the beauty that is Freeman Hall, is to comment on all the work that went into this happening. The amount of time and talent that was given by members of this parish to come and make this dream come true, to make this beautiful space what it is. And I'll try to name all of them, but I'm almost absolutely sure that I would leave somebody off. And we will do a formal commemoration of that later, but I just want to put into you that a lot of people sacrifice their time and their talents to make this work for the church. And as we head into our stewardship campaign, time and talent is going to be a big part of that. We have so many ways that we can give back to God and give back to our church, and it's not all about money. Many times it's about what we do, the way we take the talents that God has given us and put those to work for the greater good of the church and the community. So I ask you, as you look at this tour and possibly watch it again, if you missed it, and we'll kind of do some wide shots when we're done, just so you can see it in its total, but I want you to think about that a little bit. I think about time and talent, and the time and talent that you see displayed here in Freeman Hall, and think about in what ways you might have time or talent that you could give to St. Mary's. Our goal in this, our goal in creating this hall, was to find a place that was warm, that showed the love that we have for our outside community and our parishioners, and most importantly, a place that felt less like a parish hall and more like home. Because as we say here at St. Mary's, if this is your first time with us, if you are here every now and again, or if you are with us week by week, my brothers and sisters, welcome. You are home. The new Freeman Hall is now part of our home, and we invite you to join us here. So we'll take one last pan of the entire room back here from the chapel view and let you see all of the beautiful work that has been done here at Freeman Hall. Oop, gotta go. Church is about to start, so I'll see you in church in just a moment. Thank you for joining us this morning, and I hope you stay with us at 9 o'clock this morning for our principal worship service. Goodbye, and God bless.